the sound of them exploding. Nobody else is there. Danny V, hello John 1666. Who's ready for another Annihilator? Certainly not me. Let's have a go in that, man. We've got combat models. We've got a couple of the 3D prints in today. We've got Lucifer and we've got Big Nipper. And we'll decide what goes on Big Nipper as we go. In the meantime, I need to set up wheel beside to decide how many wheels we use. Wait, that's not who have we got today? It's Bim. There's Roland. Roland's back. Look at him go. Thor. We've got Unicorn back because I think they were unlucky last time. We've got Ravenous back because again I think they were unlucky last time. And they're veterans of the Annihilator. We've got Scrap. Got cars racing up and down the road. That's just marvellous. Pinky 2 is here. We've got Extremist 2. Extremist 3, my bad. Jesus wept. Firestorm 6. I don't remember if Firestorm would be an Annihilator. I think they'd be alright. We've got Lucifer. Hello, Kimby Whitey. As I said before, Big Nipper. We've got Bigger Brother in for the first time. In fact, this is Lucifer's first time fighting as well. In fact, this is a few of their first time fighting. Certainly the first time the new Thor has fought in the arena. First time... Well, we'll go through them when we get to them. How does this work? It's an Annihilator, but we start with our mayhem. So 3-way battles, 6 of those. 1 winner from each goes through. What microphone? I'm using my phone because it's easier. I'm doing okay today, thank you. Long while. Where did I get to? Bigger Brother Cherub's here. Don't know why. Thought it'd be funny. Got Rebel. We will get to the big robot in the middle. Yeah, exciting. Tour on 2's back. I'm a bit quiet. Why am I a bit quiet? Phone, what are you doing? Oh, might want to look at those names, the Builder Boy. Has that helped? I've done what is known as turning it off and on again. Might just be because I'm closer. What if I get back down here? How's that? Is that good? Yeah, having it as loud as it can go is probably a good idea, and I won't have the music turned up quite as loud as I did last time, because I think that's why I lost a lot of the audio last time. If you're wondering what happened to the last Annihilator, this is sort of what happened. It was all the audio was on one side, weirdly. I don't know why. I'm hoping that's been fixed. We've got Deadlock for the first time in the arena. We've got Wham. Wham's back. The new Wham. And what's this? I need to get up Messenger as well, because I've got... Oh, sad. This is a very, very bittersweet day. Team Orbi have just announced that they can't make this season of BattleBots. We kind of expected it, but you know, it's one of the robots I was really excited to see. There it is, share to page. Poor old Orbi Blade. They'll be back, I'm sure. Cyclone 360 is the last one. No, we don't have an exact date for Grand Slam 2 because I've not done any editing this holiday, so it may not come out in some holidays. There's no updates on live events. Colchester got cancelled, so the one we would have been going to isn't happening. We don't know if Stevenage is happening. I don't reckon I will be going to it this year, so yeah, that's potentially 2021 as well for Bullfrog. And my new featherweight as well. I don't know if I've shown you the featherweight. Should we do a little featherweight unveil? It is in the shed with me. Oh god, the bug. Yeah, it's in here. Wait a minute. It would be on some bits of wood, wouldn't it? You know what, mate, we've not started. I've not even done wheel the side yet. Hello, everyone. Right. Oh, it's so much heavier than I thought it was. I'll tell you what, I will do a proper video once the featherweight is there. I'm trying to decide on a theme and a name for it at this point in time. I've got several ideas brewing. Move the chair a bit away from the wall. Right. I'm going to do is I'm going to change up the music for a moment, and we're going to do Wheel the Side. You've got to love it. And oh, well, that's annoying. Open that with that one. No, hope I don't get. No, you're not late. We've not started. Nobody's late. Nobody's ever really late. We don't know if Slammer are in or not. They've not said anything yet, so we wait to see. Unless they have said something and I've missed it, which is possible. Right, I feel like I should probably explain. We have a new house robot in the arena today. And it doesn't have a name yet. So the best name that I see in the chat will be the official name of this new house robot, because I like to get the community involved every now and again. I'm talking to all of you. Goodness me, Walkie Production. But yes, let's get a closer look on this lovely little thing. Here it is. It's a big thing. It's got a big sort of mandible type thing, like Unspeakable Robots from some of the other teams. But its main weapon, it's going to be replacing Growler. It's brute force, basically, sort of like Brick from RWA, but with a big grabby thing over the top instead of a big yeety flippery thing. But yeah, this is that. I don't know how well it'll work. It might have some upgrades later on. We're buffering something awful. Yeah, what do we think? We shall put it back in the middle. Come up with some names. We'll try some out. And while you're deciding what it should be called, it can't be called Brick, because that is RWA's Lego House Robot. So, Kelly, if you're listening, I'm telling you what that big robot in the middle is. It doesn't have a name. So anyway, let's do Wheel the Side, shall we? And I'm turning the sound off, if I can. Well, apparently I can't. We'll just go with it. Oh yeah. In the first we shall have Thor. Tell you what I haven't done. No, we won't have Thor. I have not turned this on remove choice after it has landed on. Try wheel changes. There we go. Okay, try again. Okay, we've got BMO in the first. We've got Roland. And we've got Ravenous. Interesting mix. Right, I'm going to do it as I go this time, instead of getting it wrong and spending hours trying to sort that out. So Behemoth, Roland and Ravenous are our first three. I'm just going to push that to the back. And they're all together though. Lovely. That's suspicious. Next up we've got Deadlock. We've got Rebel. That'll be interesting. And we've got Scraptor. So two grabby things in there. In the next have Cherub. We've got Lucifer. And we got Bear's Thor. Interesting control match, that one, I think. Mayhem 4. We have Bigger Brother. Oh no, I've got Extremis 3. That's incredibly harsh. And we've got Big Nipper, okay. In Mayhem 5, we have Cyclone at 360. Not many names left. We've got Firestorm 6. And we have Tauron 2. Which means in the final Mayhem, we will have Wham. We will have Unicorn. I don't know why I'm spinning this. It's obvious who we're going to have. Let's spin it one more time because there's only one robot left on the wheel. We have Pinky 2. Shocker, that one. So there is our battle card for today. I don't know how well you can see that. Got the robot there to hold it in place while I sort out these robots. So, Deadlock level of Squactor. We've got Cherub, Lucifer, and Thor. Imagine nothing much annihilating going on there, but we'll see. Bigger Brother. Oh, I really didn't want Extremis to be drawn against Bigger Brother. It was the one I thought, yeah, no, probably not that. And it's only going to happen, hasn't it? So, you know, next we'll decide. And Big Nipper's in there as well. Decision, first decision. Big Nipper, claws, or do we want the spinner on? Or do we change it each fight? Obviously in the actual Annihilator itself, if it makes it that far, it will keep one weapon on throughout. Hey Steve, how are you? The spinner spins okay-ish. Let's give you a demonstration of the spinner. Yeah, that was an awful display. You know, it's all right. Decide. But I have both with me, so I can change them out pretty easily. What else we got? Cyclone 365 Storm 2. Oh, it's all gone quiet. When competing. Nicely done. Squeeze my big head. There we go. Lovely. Just stick these in the arena. in the right places. Beautiful. We're about ready to begin. I'm doing marvellously, thank you, Steve. It's lovely to talk to you. Hopefully we'll get to speak properly soon. The cores don't quite make it to the ground on Big Nipper. That's something I didn't mention in more robots, is that they hover above it, so they're not quite as low as I would like. I'm going to be looking at a way of potentially fixing that. I don't know if it's possible. Obviously this is plastic and I don't want to break it because JP's doing marvellous work on it. While I think of it, I need to find the thing to sort Big Nipper out, just in case. I don't know what I've done with it. That should be good. Marvellous. I'll just show you what Big Nipper looks like with the claws on the arena. I think that's probably the best idea. Back into the CPZ, it doesn't actually fit, which is interesting. Definitely the biggest house robot I've got. So there it is. And there is airspace underneath. How can I demonstrate the airspace underneath? Safe, trust and fairy dust? Actually we used front of this, so you can see it has enough space for this Lego thing to go underneath it. And if they're shut, it still has that space. So not quite as low as the actual Big Nipper, but it's been made like that because you can get metal a lot and you can get plastic. Plastic's breakable, obviously. Oh, I'm just going to rejigger some things. Rejigger, if you didn't know, is a technical term. Now you do. There we go. That's going there. Anyway, that's Big Nipper. We'll see what the decision is later on when they flight. They've got a few flights to go as yet. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. I think we're ready to begin. There's just one more thing I need to do before we start. What is it? Smashing. Absolutely marvellous. Okay. Let's have some predictions then. Who do you reckon will win? We have 3 robots in the arena. We have Roland, we have... I can't remember their names. Ravenous, and we've got Behemoth. Those are the 3. I'm going to move Kipper because it needs a bit of work doing at some point in the future. What too distant future either. If it's ravenous, you're very close. It's raven, and then as you put it, so the only letter wrong is the middle O. That's fine though, that's pretty good effort. Do I consider making beer moss anti-carbide scoop? It's a very good question. Not sure. Maybe. Okay, well I think we're just about ready to begin. So without further ado, strap in everybody. It's going to be mayhem. Oh, he's a smart one, that lad, isn't he?
Volunteers, stand by.
I'm not even standing yet.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go then. The drum of Roland, or the sort of beta weapon, getting up to speed. Behemoth, just seeing what happens to start with. Flipping Ravenous onto the arena sidewall. A potentially very hazardous place to be for them this early on. And will Behemoth finish them? I don't know. Can they get down from there? Also, I don't know. Ravenous are a bit stuck at this point in time, and they're in that sequence edge with the new house robot yet to be named. Please do send us your comments of who you think should be the name, what you think the new name should be on this house robot. And that drum on Roland doesn't seem to be spinning all that well. I don't know, can't quite remember how well it used to go, but there we are. Behemoth in with another flip on Ravenous. They maybe see them as the primary threat, trying to get in underneath Roland. Roland not having any of it and just, you know, being there. Behemoth with a flip into the arena button. It's the drum that's going, as you can see. And, well, Roland, oh dear. Yes, no Shremek on that just as yet. Now Ravenous coming into the side, getting a good grip on Behemoth, dragging them around the arena. Can Behemoth get away from there? They're trying their best, but they're on the drum and pushed over, trying to self right now, and do so. Very lucky to get away, I think, for Behemoth, trying to flip once again, coming into the back of Ravenous, missing the flip once again. That bucket not quite getting to grips with Roland. Roland, meanwhile, getting round to the side once again of Behemoth, trying to get a puncture in on those wheel pods, but to no avail as yet. Behemoth coming in once again, trying to get a good flip. Not really succeeding here. Yes, they are, though. They're trying. They're not quite managing. And I think that could be telling for Behemoth. They're not quite managing to get the flip on Ravenous. Ravenous, meanwhile, used like a stump wrap, and Behemoth on their side, coming in for another grip and a grapple onto the drum. Once again, using the arena hazards well is Ravenous. Behemoth, once again, trying for that flip, trying for the Uto, to no avail once again. Ravenous just a bit too heavy for them, I think. And now Ravenous in underneath. Look at that. The grip going down, squashing, crushing, doing all sorts of nasty things. A big hit there from the new house robot, who's just lost a bit of itself. I'm not sure that's meant to happen. I'm going to clear them out of the arena and pretend they weren't ever there. But coming in once again for another bullying slam. Good lord, that was a big one. But righting Behemoth, who seemed a little bit perplexed, onto the floor flipper is Ravenous, who's self-right. Ravenous coming around from the side, getting another grip on Behemoth, and it's getting close to a judge's decision, I think. Cease just around the corner. There it is, and it will go to the judges. A tricky first fight, that one. This whole experience is for me to get used to using the new house robot as well, by the way, so please do bear with me on that front. So, yeah, Ravenous or Behemoth there. They're over there. So it's your decision who won that fight, Behemoth or Ravenous? Not that one again. No, no, no. This one doesn't need to come. That's much better. Three votes for Ravenous so far. Do I take it that's a Ravenous win then, if we've got 3 votes there? Four votes for Ravenous. I think that's a Ravenous win, surely. Yep. Okay. Well, unlucky Behemoth, who, they struggled there. Not sure why. But Ravenous through to the Annihilator later in the live stream. Don't quite know where to put them. We've got Scraptor in the next, along with Rebel and Deadlock. The other end is Place your bets on who you think will win this next one. What an interesting chat today.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
So our second Mayhem, and it's Ravenous, who went through in the last one. I don't know why I'm mentioning him now. Scraptor, Rebel and Deadlock are in this fight, and it's Scraptor who's got a good grip on Rebel. Rebel's wheels still touching the arena floor, and they're quite manoeuvrable, so they're just turning poor old Scraptor round and round in circles. Meanwhile, Deadlock have a grip on that newish robot. Rebel coming in for a slam as well on Deadlock. They're getting their names already. It's not a good sign for the start-ish of the live stream. Scraptor coming in for a grip now on Deadlock, and I said this would be quite a tactical one, quite grabby, quite robots grabbing each other all over the place. But yeah, it's a lot more grabby than I thought it would be at this early stage. Although not sure what I expected. Two grabbers and the vert is coming in for a big hit there. And what on earth has happened to Deadlock in the corner? He's sort of come to pieces. There's something broken there on Deadlock. I'm not sure. They don't seem to be moving at all. My words are escaping me today. Rebel coming in for another slam on Scraptor. Scraptor coming in now, biting down on that vertical spinner. They are a sort of crusher grabber style robot. Can they do any lasting damage or not? Probably not. I would say we'd probably have seen it by now. No releasing. Is that vert working on Rebel? Not so sure myself. Scraptor coming in for another good grip on Rebel's side, just missing the wheels, but locking them up, maybe causing some damage, bending some axles. We don't know what's going on the inside now. Scraptor in with another grab. They will have to release after 30 seconds, and they do. Them be the rules, but they are just getting lower than Scraptor. Getting lower than Rebel at the minute. Gonna have to do something about that front end on the house robot. Now Scrap's trying to manoeuvre them onto a hazard or a house robot or something. Rebel retaliating, and on the floor flipper, good attack there from them. Getting right in now with those forks into the sort of back end of Scraptor. That can't be very pleasant for that team. Trying to manoeuvre onto the spikes, there you go. And Scraptor now coming in for another crush, another grab, another bite. Coming down on that weapon once again, seeing if they can do anything to Rebel. The clock ticks on back onto the arena spikes, and this one could well go to the judges as well. This has been a very close fight, and there is cease. But once again, two robots remain. Your choice once again, who wins? Just to give you an overview, can I see any damage on this? Not really. Can I see any damage on this? Not really. That front bit is meant to flat, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. Any damage on this? Yes, there is. It is all come loose. Good dear. Why has that happened? Is it made of connects? What probably? But anyway, yeah, Deadlock are out. There we go. People are saying Scraptor. I think it's a good decision personally. Also, current front runner for house robot name is Annihilation. I'm liking that. It is the largest of the house robots I have. I need to sort out some things on it to make sure it's not breaking every fight. Yeah, I can fix that easily. Yep, I think Scraptor's going to be going through. So two grabby things in the Annihilator final. Well, Annihilator at least. Yeah, well done to them. I don't know what that is. That is, yeah. Not very pleasant. Okay, our third fight. We have Thor, we have Cherub, and we have Lucifer. Three robots that compete regularly on the live scene. Well, Lucifer semi-regularly. Probably a bad idea doing that sort of thing. I'm not going to call it a big robot. So who do we reckon's going to win? Cherub, very tanky, can take a few hits. Thor, very aggressive with the axe. Lucifer, quite a good controlling robot, very low ground clearance. I haven't tested to see if it's got a lower ground clearance than Cherub, because Cherub has a very low ground clearance as well. Hello, the bot builder. Lovely to see you. It is quiet, isn't it? Let's put this on again. Thor's axe is for scoring points, for hitting things. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's not like MOU Thor's Thor, which is just true blunt force trauma. Mine is more sort of looking like the original Thor, the real Thor. But you never know, it might cause havoc in your arena. It is actually one of only 3 parts that remain from the old Thor. So the axe and the 2 front wedgelets are of the old Thor. Everything else was brand new. Here we go then.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go then. The robots are coming for each other, and good lord, Lucifer is a large little thing, isn't it? Already flipping over Cherub, who have that weird self-righting ability of doing a handstand, and they do so with flamboyant style, as you'd expect. Thor coming in with some hits on the top of Lucifer, very strong armour, Lucifer. Designed to take those sorts of hits, I think. Lifting up Thor, that was an impressive move. Thor can self-right though with decent speed, style, control and aggression. No, hang on, those are just the rules of Robot Wars. Cherub haven't moved much in this fight, I'll be quite honest about that. But now pushing them into the House Robot CPZ, potentially named Annihilation. This thing is blooming huge, and good lord, somebody save us. Lucifer now coming in once again, underneath Thor once again. Putting him onto the Thor flipper, oh dear, sorry. Coming back for another attack, Lucifer back underneath them though, trying to lift, unsuccessful. Cherub trying to get a lift as well, also unsuccessful. For the axe caught there by Lucifer, and they seem to be a bit stuck together, are they? Can they free themselves? No, Cherub can though. Getting underneath Lucifer, lifting them up into that CPZ, the big axe mandible type thing on the front or the back or wherever it is, on the top, let's say, of the House Robots. Trying to self-right Thor are successful, but they've lost the wedgelet. Now they have not glued those down, they've not stuck them down very well this time, and they have come clean off, but Thor in underneath once again of Lucifer, pushing them over onto the arena. Spikes Lucifer turned turtle, having to self-right, and they do in flamboyant style. I think that's one thing we can say about this fight is 3 smashing self-righters on the 3 machines. Cherub trying to get a lift in once again with the front spikes. Something's just come off and hit me in the wrist. That hurt a lot. I think it might have come off of the front of Lucifer. Just a little bit of plastic just shot into my wrist. That's pleasant. Thank you very much for that, Cherub. I'll put that against you now. Thor self-righting once again. Pushing Lucifer, who seems to be, just maneuvering around the arena. Cherub haven't really moved all that much in a little while, so let's give them a bit more time than, now we've got a bit of a tongue line going. Thor coming round the back of Cherub, trying to get an attack. Not doing too well. All 3 of these are sort of trying their best. Lucifer with an Uta right at the end of the fight. Cherub out. And there are 2 remaining. More Derrickathor as cease is called. Both forks have gone, and it goes for the 3rd time to the judges. Which is you lot? Cherub, where the hell did you go? Oh, so you're over here. Hello, Cherub. What a shame. Hey, we're actually doing quite well. Ah, well. Tiny bit of plastic, but little tiny bit got me in the wrist. That hurt. You've missed a few things. You've missed 3 fights? But that's fine. We'll catch you up. Ravenous beat both Behemoth and whatever else it was. Roland? Was it Roland? I think it was. And then Scraptor beat Rebel and Deadlock. Lots of love for Lucifer. I can't show you the highlights reel, really, of the things that happened in that fight straight away. I just don't know how. I think we're saying Lucifer won that, are we? 3 people have so far. Yep. I think that's a Lucifer win. A very interesting Annihilator we're having today. Thor lost its front end. I'll be honest, I thought I had something on, but there we are. Maybe I haven't. Oh. Back down at airport. So Lucifer down you do for the Annihilator. Right. Fight number 4. Here we have Bigger Brother. We have Extremista. And we have Big Nipper. Now, weaponry. Need to decide what weaponry we're going to use for Big Nipper. Personally, I'm thinking the spinner. We have 2 votes for Gripper and 2 votes for spinner. Another vote for Gripper. You can't vote twice. Defeats the objective of the vote. Fair enough, we're saying Gripper. Take old spinner out. Big Nipper, you can start there. It's a loud robot, that one. There's a Bigger Brother over there. And we're going to put Extremis there so I can get a good spin on it. This could be very breakable. We shall see. Shall we begin?
Roboteers, stand by.
Yeah, Roboteers. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go then, Extremist. 2, 3, 4, I don't know anymore. Flipped over immediately by Bigger Brother, who aren't really giving them an inch. They know that they are a threat. Big flip there from Bigger Brother, and that is a lot of fun to do. I've not yet used Big Brother. Oh, good grief. I'm getting hypnotist vibes. Trying another flip, but unsuccessfully. Their rear end is sort of their spinner protection. Extremist coming in for an attack on those forks of Big Nipper, but just not being deflected there. I think the oh, good grief, that was some noise, wasn't it, children? Yikes. Preferably not. Another big flip there from Bigger Brother. But Extremist back up to speed. Trying to get in for an attack on that armour, and it's doing reasonably well. It's standing up to the hits from Extremist. Not really seeing much in the way of damage as yet. Big Nipper now in with a grip and a lift on Extremists, who are up onto Bigger Brother's flipper. They're upside down, our Extremists coming in once again, and another big flip there from Bigger Brother. And if the pit had been open, that could have been all over for them. That's a noise and a half, I tell you now. Another hit there from Extremists, who are coming in to the side of Bigger Brother, coming in trying to get a good hit on them. Big Nipper on the floor flipper, just sort of glanced off it there. Another hit on the front forks from that spinner of Extremist 3. My ears. And I can only imagine yours as well. Extremist flipping, or being flipped all around the arena, I should say, by Bigger Brother. They've not moved all that much in this fight, and is that telling? Have they been pinned? The wheels are stuck? Oh, Big Nipper, please stop doing that. Turned over though by Big Nipper, who are now trying to get a grip in on Extremists, and they do so, lifting them up, dropping them though. That is a shame. They had a good lift there. It could have been out of the arena. And now being punished for it by Extremists. That spinner coming in, that spinner very nasty. Another big hit. And Big Nipper, just being bullied really. Extremists doing lots and lots in the way of damage. At this point, Bigger Brother missed the flip, and Extremists are not going to let them forget that. Another good hit there from them. Trying to be flipped, but to no avail. The spinner sort of doing gyro-y things in the air. Coming in once again, and again, big gyro through the air there. That was amazing. You've got to love it, haven't you? 3 robots, a big spinner, and lifted up at the end of the fight. Big Nipper finally get that grip in, but cease has been called. And there we go. It goes to the judges, and 3-way decision to be made. 3 robots who did very, very well there. Who won it though? So Big Nipper, Bigger Brother or Extremist 3, the first 3-way decision I think we've had. Lots of big hits. Lots of exciting moments. Bigger Brother got a few flips on Extremists. Big Nipper got a couple of lifts on Extremists, but Extremists dealt out the blows. Only one can go through, so please do decide now. many votes for extremists so far. It is a very close one. I'm not sure which way it would go. Should we get some damage cam going and see what damage was done to any of the robots? The Big Nip has stuffed its claws in there a few times. I'm not seeing any damage to those claws. A little hit there. I don't know if that was there before, but it certainly is now. Yeah, just a small nip near the wheel on Big Nipper, I think. Bigger Brother really did stand up to the blows well. A lot better than I thought it would, if I'm perfectly honest. It's got a couple of scuffs and grazes along the sides. Quite a big chunk actually taken out there. But no, other than scuffs, I don't think there's much there. Extremis didn't really suffer at all, did it? The spinner still works, you know. It's a tough one. I think with the 3 votes we have, I think we're going to have to go for Extremis. So unlucky to the 2 bigs, Bigger Brother and Big Nipper. And Extremis 3 goes through to the Annihilator. And once again we've got a very scary spinner in there. Oh boy. We might have another at the end of this fight, if we welcome 3 more robots into the arena. I don't really want Firestorm there. Cyclone up there, Firestorm there, and Toron 2. The next 3 robots to go, so we've got Toron 2, the vertical spinner. We've got Cyclone 360, body spinner. And we've got Firestorm, the button flipper. Back in your box. Who do we think is winning this one then? Classic Robot Wars meets Modern Robot Wars meets live scene spinner thing. That is true, Torn are invertible. I'm thinking maybe Tauron or Firestorm. It's an interesting one for sure. Let's get to it, shall we?
Volunteers, stand by.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
So Tauron up to speed as our Cyclone, and a big hit to the side of Firestorm there, coming in trying to flip Tauron, but to no avail. Just getting that front end into the works for this fight. Obviously, as was said in the comments, they've got to keep their front end pointed at these two robots, otherwise we could see some major damage coming out, or hopefully not the actual house robot major damage, but Tauron turned over there by Firestorm, coming in for another slam, up once again, up that wedge. The spinner's still spinning though, a downwards blow because of that spin. It's an interesting fight, this one, to start with. Cyclone getting some hits onto the side of Tauron, and I think Tauron actually has a little bit of damage already. One of those wheels look a little bit loose on the inside. A big hit there though to the side of Cyclone 360. He's getting back up to speed, and Firestorm looked still in the water for a moment there, but back working again. Tauron coming back round. Cyclone turning, facing off these two machines. And it seems to be Cyclone getting the better of these exchanges. I don't know for sure if anything is happening to the insides of Cyclone 360. Certainly the insides of Tauron are looking very interesting. That was a very big slam there. And another in retaliation. Firestorm trying to flip Cyclone to no avail. That spinner, when it's going, is just gyroing the robot across the arena like a sort of hockey puck. Firestorm trying to flip Tauron once again. Cyclone coming in for another hit. This is a very back and forth fight. Firestorm trying their best. The arena button has been pressed, and this rogue robot, and a massive slam there onto Tauron. Across the arena went the house robot, and good lord, that looked painful. But they seem to be coming away with it just fine. Firestorm, the flipper up, is a little bit stuck. I'm not so sure. Is that flipper now struggling? Is the robot struggling? I can't tell. Are Firestorm moving? Yes, they are just about. But that flipper is definitely stuck open. I think they've taken a couple too many blows from both Tauron and Cyclone. And this could be quite telling. Two robots reasonably damaged. And are we going to see another upset here? I'm not so sure about the validity of what I'm saying. I'll be honest, that was a weird hit, but a good one all the same. Cease called, and it goes to the judges again. Can't seem to get a knockout today. Everything can stop now. We thought I finished the fight a little bit sort of bent out of shape there. Obviously one of their wheels is loose on the inside. I'll show you that. Damage cam. As you can see, it's come away there. I can just pop it back, but still damage was done. Certainly that is not coming back down, which is interesting. Something a bit broken there. So there we go. I'm not going to name the house robot Evil Weevil, Anderson. Also, lovely to see you, Anderson. Thinking Tauron Mark II potentially. Possibility for Cyclone. Not going to call it Little Fly either. Cyclone 360 for J33 Productions. That's 2 votes for Cyclone 360. Another vote for Cyclone from Anderson there. One more vote for Cyclone and they go through. I can't take the sergeant name from Sergeant Bath. That's brilliant. I shall just hold up the new house robot while we await the final decision. So it will sort of look like this. I'm going to do some adjusting to the front section, but it will look like this. The big mandibles on the top. I agree, David. Taskmaster Series 10 kicked in. And with that, I think Cyclone is through. Yeah, Tauron really is a little bit damaged. It won't go any further than that, and it definitely should. So, yeah. At David of Smeg, monsoon when? Cyclone 360 go through. And we're into our final mayhem. I agree, Anderson. Evil Weevil Web. Yeah, Evil Weevil Web. You've been defeated by your own fingers. Deal with it. Okie dokie. 3 robots in the arena. We have Pinky 2. We have, well, it's not RWA Pinky. It's not tournament winning, is it? We've got Unicorn back once again with the Renegade Unicorn, and we've got Wham. Oh, I will just show you, Anderson, the aftermath of the last Annihilator we did. Crikey has seen better days. It is a little bit ruined. The flipper, oh dear. Oh dear. You don't have Pinky 2 though. Yeah, Crikey needs some work. As does Orby 360 actually. When you had to make a decent front hinge flipper, I'd try and make Crikey for David's series, but you know, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Okay, here we go then. So 3 very interesting robots. Pinky 2 flipped over immediately by Unicorn, who's definitely the lowest of the 3. Wham with that big beefy hammer, just trying to get a grip with Unicorn, who had to self-right at this early stage. Not sure how that happened, but there we are. Unicorn, another good flip there from from them. Pinky 2 self-righting again in fine style. And a good flip. Rogue Robot. Here comes, oh, the dreaded house robot. Just bashing, crashing, you know, the huge. Into the sidewalk goes Pinky 2, who really felt that one. And they'll be thinking that one for weeks, I think. Pinky 2 trying to get a flip on Wham. Wham just sort of did a little turn on the catwalk there. Not sure if that was really what Pinky 2 were hoping for. Not seen since the whiteboard special. Oh, good flip there from Unicorn. Then overturned again. Their flipper sometimes too powerful for their own good. And yeah, getting the better of them once again. Happy to self-right all three of these machines now. But doing so in fine style. Unicorn in underneath Pinky, who's on their back. I don't think they can get down from there. That is a shame for them. All flipped across the arena. Very sportsmanlike from Unicorn there. This is meant to be mayhem, not, you know, T for 2 or 3. Depends if Wham wants to get involved. And they tried to use their hammer there, just sort of turn themselves over. Self-righting, coming back into the fight though. And Pinky 2 is stuck again, which is a shame. And I think they're going to be left there. Oh, good grief! Unicorn, you absolute beast. Good lord. Are they going for the double? They're certainly going to try for it. I don't know if they're going to be successful at all. But, oh good lord. That is it. It is over. Unicorn. Good gravy. That is quite the meaty flip on it. And once again, it doesn't go to the judges. Lordy. We call that cease, don't we? Oh. I'm going to go and pick up the tattered remains of those two robots, I think. That's an interesting way to be damaged. I've not seen that before. The Wham is pretty okay. Oh dear, no, it's not. No. You know that fun video where the front fell off? Well, the front fell off. The front meant to fall off. Well, paper's out. No paper, no cardboard. But no, the more interesting damage is on Pinky 2. There's a lot of cobwebs down there now. Who, the entire top has come off. And I've not seen that before. I have no idea what that was. But yeah, that's fascinating. I don't think there's any arguing that Unicorn won that. They're through to the Annihilator. And very well done to them for it. So we have 6 robots. It's time to start smashing things. Unicorn are here, representing the flippers of the world. We have Ravenous. We have Lucifer. We have Scraptor. We have Extremist 3. And we have Cyclone 360. Our Annihilator competitors for this time. Let's try and sort them out in some sort of order, and then I'll go and read comments from that last fight, because that was extraordinary. Very good fun. I want the spinners sort of close to each other. Yeah, I'm going to swap them over, I think. We're going to put Ravenous there, we're going to put Extremist there, Lucifer there, and howdy doodly do on Talking Toaster. And we're going to take out the house robot now. And I will leave it here as Annihilator. It might be called Annihilation, we'll see. Let's read some comments. Yeah, Tornado got damaged last time, didn't it? The whole spinner fell out. Mr. Mandible. It's a good name. Well, we have 6 very good robots, and they've all earned their spaces. So, yeah, it's party time. I think, is it not? It's party time. Let's do it. 6 down to 5, down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, until we have just one winner. It's annihilation time. Good luck, everybody. What do you mean there's not enough memory for the program to run? You're talking bottoms, you. Oh yeah. Here we go then, everybody. Ow. That's enough of that. Here we go then. The spinner's up to speed very quickly, and a big hit to the side of Lucifer. Lucifer just sort of shrugged that off, really, pushing Extremis against the sidewall. Good lord, I didn't expect that. Yeah, no, there's not a lot they can do from there. 2 robots haven't even moved yet, and we're already excited to see the action. Man down for Ravenous. Ravenous coming round. Unicorn with the big flip once again. We've seen that plenty of times. And it's an interesting fight to start with. I mean, we've got several robots going in for grips, and several robots taking chunks out of each other. Good grief, Extremis having a bit of an argument with Unicorn to do sort of a half flip there. But Unicorn coming apart at the seams at the top, it would seem, and the damage already racking up in this fight. We thought it probably would with Extremis in the arena. Cyclone here as well. Extremis coming in for a hit on anything that moves, really. Ravenous trying their luck with Extremis. I wouldn't. I'd leave them well alone. Unicorn on Ravenous once again. Ravenous caught up in the mandibles of the house robot, flipped on the floor flipper, and they seem a little bit stuck there. I think a bit of them has gone through the grate. Good lord, that was some power in that flip there. We come back to Extremis. Lucifer looking at them once again, just trying to get any sort of attack on them would be ideal. Extremis coming for a look at Ravenous. I think Ravenous might be done for here. To be perfectly honest with you, this could be the first robot out reasonably quickly in this fight. We're going to start counting them down. I think they're done for. I don't think they can move anywhere, to be honest. There's no life in that. They are fully wedged in there, and I think that is cease. Yeah, right, calm down everyone. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. Ravenous are a bit stuck. Not quite sure how they managed to get him there. Yeah, they were very firmly wedged. Ravenous go out, the first to fall in the Annihilator. Unfortunate. But you know, what can you do? Don't have a big thing on the top that you can get stuck on, I suppose. Our first victim, Ravenous. The others line up to do the dance again. Unicorn, let's just fix that. There we go. It's all better for now. It's not going to be very soon. Uh-oh. 5 remain. 5 alive. Put them down there, shall we? Yeah. Oh, lovely. That's nice. Five remain. who will continue to remain is yet to be seen. Let's do the dance again. Extremist and Cyclone are up to speed already. Pushed onto the floor flipper. The gyroscopic effect just meaning they come back down nicely. Turned over is Lucifer, who seemed a little bit forlorn, a little bit stuck there, but they're back on their wheels, trying to get underneath Unicorn, who seems to be the major threat in this one, and they are all gunning for them. Poor old Unicorn, I think they might be in for a rough ride here, but certainly we have some damage early on in this fight. I think, I can't tell anymore. The Annihilator, who can keep up, quite honestly. Oh! Viciously stopped the spinner there on Extremis, and I did not expect that to happen. Unicorn coming for a look. Now that spinner has stopped on Extremis, a big flip there. Extremis overturned. I don't think anybody's going to be putting that right anytime soon. There's some damage come from somebody. I'm not quite sure who that's off of. I think it might be off of Scrapter. But I wouldn't like to call it. Lucifer on the arena spikes. That's not a good place to be, boys. Not really. You want to get away from there, especially as Unicorn comes looking for your lovely ground clearances. Can't quite sound right. Try again, guys. Try again. Keep trying. You know, you'll get there in the end. There we go. Lucifer now coming in underneath Cyclone. Extremist coming for another look, and Lucifer flips once again. I think Unicorn have identified them as a sort of weak target. Extremist flipped. Oh, they've been righted. Oh dear. Everybody needs to run away now. Everybody run away. You don't want to get in there. No, you really don't want to get in there. Although stopping the spinner again, perhaps the key to success here is with Scrapter, because they can get a hold of Extremist very nicely. Extremist, however, has been given the opportunity to get back up to speed, and that's probably not ideal. Lucifer, are you okay in the corner there? I'm not sure that they are. Yeah, I don't know. They might be. They might be okay. Yep, using their flipper to get back down off of the side wall. You can't quite get underneath Unicorn, which is impressive. Unicorn, very low ground clearance. Flipped once again. A lovely little grapple going on in the middle of the arena, meanwhile. And that can no longer continue, because 30 seconds is all they can hope for. Oh, nearly out of the arena. Thought they were surely goners then. Cyclone 360. Unicorn trying to flip Extremist out of the arena to no such success. Oh, hit right before flipping, causing damage is Cyclone. Another big hit. And these robots are just merciless. They're all gunning for each other. There is no gentleman's agreement here. Every single one of them wants to win. There's some weird things going on there. Something's come off. I think that is the acetate, the thing that keeps Unicorn low to the ground. That's not an easy fix. And that might not be able to fix before the next round. I don't have the things I need to do that. So Unicorn could be struggling here. The ground clearance potentially lost. The flippability is there, but not if you can't get underneath your opponents. And the spinners know it. They're coming in for an attack on Unicorn, who's just sort of trying to drive over the top of Extremist, I think. Coming in once again. A big flip, though. They can still get underneath Extremist, who fly through the air. Very close to my face. Very scary if you're in my position. Cyclone coming in for another attack. The grip of these robots. I'm losing the grip on reality at this point, although they're not in. Some more damage there on the front of the wonderful robot we call Scraptor. Couldn't remember its name then. Once again stopped by the grabbing claw, the grabbing, I don't know what that is really. Flipped once again those Extremists. Now, Extremists have been falling foul to that gripper, not the gripper, the flipper I should say, of Unicorn. Another big flip there. Can Unicorn get underneath anything? I think this is probably the best heat for them. They can find ground clearance just about anywhere. And can old Unicorn coming in for another hit. We're coming up to the end of the song, which is concerning because, you know, 5-minute rounds is probably long enough, is it not? And cease is called. Do we have cease in Annihilators? I don't know that we do. I might just put this on again. The fight is paused. It's quite awkward. I didn't mean for that to happen. Let's put that on loop. There we go. Get ready to start again, everybody. You get to hear the good bits again, don't you? Here we go again then. So Cyclone getting back up to speed. Lucifer trying to get in underneath Cyclone. Can they right themselves? Yes, they can. Using that top pole, trying to get a good hit. Our Extremist 3 still not really doing so. Now they might be. They're in underneath Unicorn. It's a vulnerable place for Unicorn because they... Oh, good grief. Big flip once again. Yeah, because all the internals are under there. Flipping Extremist once again. Our Unicorn. Unicorn trying to do things. Oh, can they get down? Yes, they can. Just about. I'm not sure how much of this is valid or believable anymore. Certainly I've lost all hope now of anything that is going on. These Annihilators very difficult to try and talk about because there's just so much going on. You've got robots over here, robots over there, a big hit on Unicorn, who comes in for a flip on Scraptor. You can see how a man can lose his mind doing this sort of thing. Another big flip on Scraptor. Can Scraptor self-right from there? I'm not so sure they can. They've lost their front wedge. And this could be it for Scraptor, which is a shock, really, as they were doing quite well. Unicorn coming in, righting them. Well, that's an interesting decision. I don't... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm past the point of caring. A big hit. Transference of energy. Do you see that there? The spinners collided. One spinner had stopped. The other started. Unicorn trying to get a flip in once again on the robot. They're working. Good grief. A bit of a suplex there. Lucifer and all this just watching on, making sure things are happening the way they want to happen. Getting involved, getting excited, getting all up in robots' faces, you know. Just the way you love it. The arena button has been pressed. I think I'm going to put the pit down because I've sort of lost the will to live for this fight. There goes the pit. A very odd flip there from Unicorn. Scraptor getting a hold of Lucifer. Can they get them over to the pit? Or can Lucifer take control? In fact, they're lifting Scraptor away. And ooh, just away there. But everybody is very aware there is a big hole in the arena floor that they can all fall down. They are all more than capable, and I was going to say Cyclone more than most because they were about to go down, but flipped very well. Scraptor, can they self-right from there? I'm not so sure, you know. Big hits from Cyclone getting in between the arms, or the grabbing claw of Scraptor, flipping once again, and they certainly can self-right from there, and Unicorn is just going through this fight, righting the opponents. It's not very good tactics, guys. This is the Annihilator. What are you doing? What are you doing? Scraptor coming in, looking for the push into the pit on Extremists. Getting a bit big for your boots, perhaps, but they have been in control of Extremists all the way through this fight. Now getting a good grip. The wheel's still on the floor for these two machines. The flipper of Unicorn comes in. Why would you attack them? Why on earth would you attack them? You freed Extremists. And this fight's going to just carry on now for a little bit longer, I think. Unicorn, yes, you face your comeuppance, don't you? Big flip there. Unicorn, can they self-right? I'm not so sure. Yes, they can. Okay. We'll believe it for now. This fight is going on forever. My backside to hurt. And good lord. 5 robots still working in this fight. It's like the original Annihilator, isn't it? Everything kept working for just so long that after a while you've got to think something's got to give. The batteries, perhaps. Yo, Lucifer! Are they done for here? That Shremek was all the way over. Oh, Cyclone have gone. Cyclone have gone. It was Unicorn. I think it was accidental, to be honest. But 5 get down to 4. Cyclone pitted. And that is that. Can I have a lay down yet? Cease. Stop. There we go. I'm just popping for a quick nap. I don't think anyone will mind. Well, that was exciting. My throat hurts. And there's still 4 robots left. It's very evenly matched Annihilator, this one, I have to say. All of these robots could do very, very well, and are doing very, very well. We shall see how it progresses as the fights go on. But yes. We're going an hour and a half now. So Unicorn's damage in that fight, the front acetate that is, it keeps the ground clearance nice and low, it's just come clean off. And the unfortunate thing about that is it's completely clear, so I can't see it. There it is. Yeah, there it is. It's sort of shattered as well. It's all a bit broken. But that's gone. There is no way I can fix that within the time. Can't go and get the bits for it, so they will have to progress without. A few other things came a little bit loose in that fight, but more or less. Okie dokie. Extremists very lucky in that fight. I think they were due to go out several times, scrapped and lost several parts. They're scattered all around the arena. Fix this quickly. We can't front wedge anymore. So yeah, they struggled. But the second robot to fall is Cyclone 360. And then there were 4. One spirit, a flipper, a sewer snake weapon, and a grabber. This is a bit very aimed at myself, isn't it? Not the easiest system in all the world, I'll tell you now, but yeah. Good. Right. Well. There we are. 4 remain. But soon there must be 3. Here we go for round 3 of the Annihilator. Extremists getting up to speed immediately as we've seen in each round so far. Lucifer's lifting divine spinning is not doing too well at getting, lifted, or is it? It's getting in underneath Unicorn, something he couldn't do before, because Unicorn's ground clearance is now impeded, but self-righting our Unicorn in fine style. It's an interesting mechanism on Unicorn, means they can self-right from practically any angle. Makes it a very good robot in the arena. Certainly not one to underestimate. Scrapter coming in for a little grab on Unicorn now. This is interesting. They put a hole in the middle of their flipper because it doesn't use the same system as most would. Some big hits to the wheel there on Lucifer. And are they moving okay? Maybe? Yes, I think they are. Just recovering from that beefy hit. Another beefy hit though comes courtesy of Extremis on the back end of Unicorn, and Unicorn has lost a part, and perhaps here we are seeing that the major threat might well be Unicorn, and the wheels look a little bit looser than they used to be, that is for certain. But still operating fine, still getting in the flip there on Scraptor. Another good hit from Extremis. And the wheel has gone. A wheel has gone from Unicorn. And this is quite large damage now. Building up on Unicorn. Extremis really digging in deep, causing the blows, good lord. And at what point do we start counting Unicorn out? Well, they still seem to be trying to move, that's for certain, going round in circles a little bit. One wheel on their wagon. And they can't really do much from there. It just depends, really, how long Scraptor have been on their back as well. And I think Scraptor was immobilised first here. But nobody noticed it because the big damage was happening over this side of the arena. Lucifer, meanwhile, sort of sitting this one out, waiting for one of these two robots to go down in a blaze of glory. But I think it's probably going to be the lovely, what's it called? Scraptor, that's it, who goes down. These two robots, I think, is going to be very tight between them. Obviously, we haven't seen much life from either of them, and that could well be cease. Whereas the last round was very, very quick, this one very, very long was the last round. This one very, very quick. But I think it could be that Unicorn have just barely, by the skin of their teeth, scraped through. For this robot was dead in the corner for a lot of that fight. Scraptor are the next to fall. It may well be controversial, but there they go. And Unicorn have quite a large repair job ahead of them. Let's see to what extent that repair job is. Well, good lord. Things removed left, right and centre, it would seem. Fixing things is fun. Is anyone still here? Oh. Is there anybody there? I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. That is a good question, and one I'm not sure of the answer to. It will vary depending on which robot it is, I suppose. I think probably Lucifer is my heaviest. And Aftershock is my lightest from him, but I've not actually weighed them yet. I want to get some little scales, or like kitchen scale type things to actually weigh these. 3 remain then. Only 2 can go through from here. Somebody's just shared to me a picture of the actual, an actual robot that might be competing in BattleBots. Have a look, shall we? I'll just have a quick look on Facebook to see if I can find this. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, we'll get back to it. Oh. 3 remain. Unicorn very lucky to get through there. Lucifer not really done that much. Extremist has really done all the work so far. Let's see if that continues. As we say, hit the music. Hit the music. Do the music. Hello? Everybody there? Well, my laptop is playing up, so that's fun. Okay. Three, two. Here we go then, Extremist up to speed. Lucifer coming in for an attack on Extremist. Maybe they can see that there is a way forward where they could potentially win this. They've gone all the way through their mayhem. They've gone through. Oh, good lord. That was quite a big shock to the system. Unicorn haven't yet moved. I think they're just waiting it out, waiting to see what happens here. See if Lucifer is able to take out Extremist, do all the work for them, so they can potentially face them in the final. But I don't know if they can. Unicorn coming in now for a clip on the what team are they? German, yeah, German team. Achtung. Big slam there from Extremist, bouncing off of the front wedge of Unicorn, and a huge flip there, up through the air. Is Lucifer moving? Is this going to be a very quick round once again? Well, that's interesting. Sure, why not? Arena button's been pressed. It's going to be the drum that goes, not the pit. That's a little bit mean. And another flip. Unicorn stuck on their side. And I think Extremists are going to take advantage here. Try and get an attack in on Unicorn. Unicorn coming for a flip on Lucifer, who seem a bit stuck. I think is the kind way of saying it. So 2 robots remain. And it's just a case of damage limitation at this point, surely. As Extremists are flung through the air once again. Lucifer seeing a little bit, not working. Unicorn coming in for another attack. Lucifer aren't moving. I think this is going to be it. Extremists are just, going crazy here. And we say cease once again. And 3 has become just 2. Are we going to let the house robot? Yeah, he's in a CPZ. Come on, man. Good grief. Yeah, cease. Oh, that's a bit broken. Sad getting users. Might have been a bit gung-ho there. Whoops. Lucifer might need a little bit of fixing. We'll just leave that there, shall we? And, yeah, you've broken it again, haven't you? Thanks for that. There's 2 robots left in the arena. Unicorn and Extremis. The big flipper against the big spinner. Very late Christmas time. It's the final of the Annihilator. And, yeah. Something like that. 2 remain, Extremists, Unicorn. It's Annihilator final time. Here we go. So here we go, it's final time, and these 2 robots can focus on each other now. For the first time probably in this entire tournament. There are 2 big guns. Extremists obviously came runners-up in Grand Slam Series 1. Unicorn you've yet to see in Grand Slam. But these 2 machines have done very well to get this far in the competition. It's a big flipper against a big spinner. What more can you hope for? All-out action. Unicorn's ground clearance is fine when they're face on with Extremists. Extremists coming in for some big hits though, getting round to the side, trying to at least bouncing off of the flipper there of Unicorn, and another big flip. And can Extremists get away from there? Yes, they can, just about, but upside down now. It is much harder for them to get anything done in this position, in this way up. The arena button has been pressed. It's going to be Rogue Robot. Why do I bother? Why do I bother? An excellent display there of why. Yeah, no, never mind. I shan't bother with that anymore. Yeah, odd fight again. Odd final. Big hit. Big flip though from Unicorn. Unicorn self-righting, but they're starting to come apart, showing the damage from previously in the fight. And another big flip. Extremists fall just short of the arena button. They don't want any hazards interfering with their game plan of all-out aggression, smash, break things. Coming in for another hit. Round the back now of Unicorn. Unicorn getting away. Coming back up to speed are Extremists. But Unicorn just deflecting those blows. If the pit had been open, you know that it would have been curtains for them just then. A big flip there. Unicorn turned itself over. Extremists stuck on the flame bit. No, they're away. The house robot seems a little bit cooked at this point. Extremists coming in for some big hits late on in this fight. And another big hit. Has that done anything to Unicorn? I don't think Unicorn are freely moving. This could be a turn up. No, they're away now. Okay. Not sure what's happened there then. The Unicorn know they need to stay face on to Extremists. Otherwise it could be curtains, and I think a part of their support mechanism at the back might have come away a little bit and is locking up their wheels a little bit, so not quite as fast as they would usually be, but still able to flip Extremists all around the arena. Extremists meanwhile very capable of still smacking Unicorn all about, and once again they seem to have stopped. Is this it for Unicorn? They seem stranded. Can they get away from here? And Extremists, is there a way forward for them? I'm not so sure there is. This could be it for Unicorn. Just coming in for hit after hit. Don't go up the flipper. Goodness me, Extremists very close to the arena edge there. But I think Unicorn are stuck. They're not moving. And that's bouncing off the wheel, made of rubber. What do you expect? That could be that. Extremists, the winners of this Annihilator. And bad luck to Unicorn, who performed excellently throughout, but really are in a spot of bother now. Cease. Just showing the extent of the damage. It's this bit at the back here that's come away and just locks up those wheels. There's also this bit that's coming loose here. But an excellent tournament effort for Extremists, and we shall award them with the correct trophy. So well done to them. They are the Annihilator champions of this time. Thank you all for watching, and that'll be all. Bye bye.